got anything to do with Star Wars anymore, but J.K. Rowling is Harry Potter. She has made sure of that. And this is sort of a unique franchise in that you can't really consume and advocate for it without indirectly doing the same for the author. And she knows this, which is why she's kind of decided that this is the hill she's going to die on. She has a lot of power and influence, especially in the UK, where shameless turfery is a lot more normalized than it is here in the US. It's like the one...
Miss Ellis, I've been dying to make a video like this for a long time. I got news for you. J.K. Rowling, as a Terf, she has won. You and she are feminist, and so you're going to back the female imperative. J.K. Rowling is speaking for the average woman. Now, I personally am not a Terf. I fully support trans women using women's washrooms. However, J.K. Rowling is not hiding out in the bushes from all the female restrooms out there, right? And reporting these trans women who go into them. The average woman, at least a good chunk of the population, feels disgust, not fear, disgust at someone who they perceive as a male entering their personal space. And so I want to iterate that. It's disgust. These women do not think that these trans women are going to assault them or climb into the stall with them. They just see someone who them looks like a man, and they just want to call the authorities and tell them to get out. Now, are you, Lindsay Ellis, going to start a campaign to shame the average woman into letting trans women use the restrooms? No. So you going after, let's say, complaining here about J.K. Rowling, on a personal level, doesn't change anything. You have to change the zeitgeist. You are not going to do that because you are a feminist. You are going to back the average woman on the street. And so she has won. Rowling has won. And here's another thing. You're talking about death and other, basically saying, you are actually talking about get woke, go broke. Don't buy the, Rowling stuff. It's too late for that. Rowling, I'm probably screwing up her name. She got her money 10 times over. She's a multi-millionaire. She might even be a billionaire. I think she's more wealthy than Stephen King. And you know something? She's written her best stuff. All her writing days are behind her. She has no reason to ever write another book again. So she has absolutely nothing to lose by her stance. And you admit in this video, which I'll link in the description box, that people are going to buy her stuff anyway. Most people are going to buy her stuff. There'll be a new generation come up and buy the books. And the simple fact is, you could burn all her books. It wouldn't matter. She has won. She's got her money. And there's a lot of people who agree with her stance against trans women. And someone like you might have a friend who's a trans woman, and you might like them, and you'd like to see them use the restrooms, for example. But in the end, that person is going to be sacrificed by you to the average woman. Because that these trans women are fine as fodder to attack men with. But once they start getting into female privileged areas, like sports, you are inevitably, as a feminist, going to back the average woman who loses out. I bet money on it. Eventually, you're going to have to acquiesce. And that's what you're doing in this video. You're basically saying, J.K. Rowling won, and she did. And now you're telling your audience they have to accept that, which they do. So, as a men's rights activist, I can see everything that's going on here. You see, I don't have a dog in the race. Because to me, you're both misandrist, Miss Ellis. You and Rowling. You're both mean ill for the male sex. So this infighting doesn't mean anything. But I should say it doesn't mean anything. You actually have to acquiesce one of you. And it's going to be you. It is you. So it looks good on you. That's all I have to say about that.